Welcome to the Hardcat Core 99. In this episode, we're going to show you how to create a new custom report. To access custom reports, or specifically to access asset custom reports, we can get access to this functionality via a couple of different methods. The first method is via the Reports menu. Reports, Custom Assets. Alternatively, if we're on our asset grid, we can click on the Custom Reports label above the Custom Reports dropdown. This again will take us to our Custom Report Edit area. If we want to create a new custom report, we can do this in one of two ways, either by using the New button or the Copy button. The New button will create a new blank custom report definition, whereas the Copy button, based on the report selected, will copy that report, allowing you to edit it to make any changes required. Today, we're going to create a new one. In this report, we want to add certain fields in. First of all, we want to create a report which has asset coding, description, which is asset name, and to add a field into our custom report can be done of one of two ways, either via selecting the field and double clicking, or via selecting the field and clicking the right facing arrow. We also want to add in our barcode field, our location name, our purchase price, purchase date, as well as the field donated computer. As we saw in our previous video, donated computer is a preset question. So what we need to do here is apply the preset class desktops, laptops to our report definition. This has made the questions from the standard presets available to this particular report. So here I can select donated computer. To add a field into our sort by box, we first of all have to select the field. We have to select the right facing arrow to add that field to our sort by box. With the report now sorted by the field donated computer, we have other options available to us. We can subtotal key change, which means that every time that the sort by donated computer value changes based on the sorted value, it will then give us a subtotal to count how many donated computers of that particular answer there are. In this instance, it'll be either yes or no sorting. Our other options are if we sort on both levels. If we have another sort level, we can sort both on both keys. And thirdly, every time that the first sort by option changes from yes to no, it potentially could start a new page. Another thing to remember with your custom reports is that custom reports by default do not include disposed assets. As we can see on our search result behind the report definition, there are 37 entries. If we don't include disposed assets tick box in our custom report, this will not show all 37. So if you only want to see active assets or non-disposed assets in your custom reports, do not tick on include disposed assets. Now we'll give our report a name. We'll call this report Donated Computer Equipment. We now have a name assigned to our report. From here we can now press OK to save our report. But what this report is telling us now is that when we save it, because we're dealing with an A4 size page, our fields that we've added into the report are now too wide for the amount of character width on a standard A4 page. If we press yes to proceed, this will then save that report. If we run the report, it will give us the option to wrap the data. Therefore, each asset record will appear over 2 lines. But we can change this by pressing no. We could first of all select landscape and go OK, but we're still too wide for landscape. We'll press no again. So what we can do here is, as we add fields into our custom report here, any text-based fields are given a default size of 30 spaces. For example, the field donated computer. We have the label column title of donated computer, and we had a field width of 30. The values that are going to be stored in that column are going to be either yes or no. So therefore we don't need to apply 30 spaces to this field. So we may make it only 20 spaces, saving 10. The asset code in Hardcat is typically 8 characters long. So we don't need to apply 30 spaces to this report. So again, we can restrict that to maybe 12 characters. For example, the barcode as well is given 30 characters. A barcode typically is anywhere between 8 to 15 characters. So again, we can make this 15 characters. If we press OK now, to view this report, we click on the View button. As we can see, this information has all been presented to us in the order that we have specified. As we can see now, it's grouping it by no's and yeses, and also giving us a subtotal for how many no records there are and yes records there are. And as you can see here, there are only 36 records out of our 37 shown in Hardcat due to one record was disposed, and we decided not to include disposed assets. With our custom reports, or with our reports, we also can run our reports either by the View button or by the Send button. If we use the Send button, we get the option of applying a report tag. A report tag will print on the report on the header and in the footer. For example, this may be an internal document. So I can click Internal and go View. And with the report now presented, we can see that it's an internal report and an internal report here at the bottom. Or if it's a draft, we can select Draft, go View, and then we'll see Draft and Draft.